Spears Coffee. Really bucking good.
Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Behind the Buckles. We are very excited today. Our guest is Ruger Piva. We are very excited to have him on. But as per usual, we're going to shoot the shit a little bit, probably just 10 to 15 minutes. Don't fast forward. And then we'll get Ruger Piva in the house. So we're looking forward to that. First, every week now, I'm going to start introducing a listing from the Larison team and just kind of feature one. If you're watching on YouTube, we will attach the video. So I'm just going to give a quick rundown of it. It's on Lowell Road in Caldwell. 4-bed, 3-bath. It's on the river. It's absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to attach the link to the listing notes. It has no neighbors, surrounded by trees, and there will be a video on the YouTube. So if you're interested, contact Jan or Bob Larison from the Larison team. And other than that, here we go.
Every time that, because, I said fast forward last time, and then you referenced the VHS tape, and then you just said fast forward. Like, is that actually what we're supposed to be saying? Fast forward?
No, I just took it from you.
I think maybe you can actually say, skip ahead.
Okay, yeah. It's okay. Let's just keep going fast forward.
Okay, fast forward it is.
Don't fast forward us.
Yeah.
On a serious note, this is a big weekend for our valley in general, and definitely multiple of my people, my clients. We have 2 high school rodeos in Homedale and Idaho Barrel Fraternity, so lots of people going different directions. So
yeah,
so that is good. Yeah,
for sure. Quill's in the high school rodeo.
Yep. And my family split because for whatever reason I had it in my head that the Derby was going to run first because I thought that that's what they did last year, but they're doing 100 runners in the Open first, then the fraternity, then the Derby. So I'm going to be, a really great mom and have to bail out partway through.
That'll be
to go run my horse, but
I'm probably just going to be suited and booted parked at the baseball game on the way home. I'm going to be that mom. So yeah,
I think
we have that going.
It's just multitasking. That's what it is.
Yes.
Just making all the events.
For sure. I do feel like the IBF, Idaho Barrel Fraternity, is something that everybody in this valley looks forward to every year. So absolutely. I am excited.
Yes.
We're all, even though we were in Arizona, thawing out a little bit, and we get to see everybody, and it'll be really fun to see the fraternity horses that were in Arizona and in Washington and see them here because we'll actually be,
it's always so fun to watch the fraternity horses run. I think it's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So and then the only other thing that happened to me this week is I took a video of, I guess it's not the only thing, but I took
for our private group chat.
I took a video because I had a litter of bulldogs and I have 2 of them. And one of them, his name is Coley, but I call him Tudoruski. And if you kiss him on one ear, the other ear pops up. I just thought it was cute. And then Marco was like, hey, you should post that on Instagram. Long story short, he is viral, millions of likes on TikTok.
He's a big deal.
500,000 on Instagram. We may have to bring him on to show the YouTube viewers because he's pretty cute. But so I'm feeling like kind of an influencer, kind of famous this week.
Absolutely. So apparently we should be doing podcasts about puppies.
Yeah, no kidding.
Podcast.
I know. I'm just gonna go back in the archives of my last litter too, and then just see if I can make any money off this.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
absolutely. This was Tex's birthday this weekend, so we had 4 baseball games in 3 days, and 2 of them were on Saturday, which they killed it. They did fantastic. My kid was, I'm not going to lie, was kind of a little stallion. And then we drove straight from there and we went to have birthday celebration in Boise and convinced Marshall that kids weren't allowed at this hotel because we were having an adult night. And it's actually
going to listen to this and say,
I know. At the Renegade, and if you guys haven't been there in Boise, it's legit. The rooftop bar is awesome. The whole thing was so awesome. But I pull in, I'm we're trying to hurry. We come back from the baseball game and we're hurrying. I shower, have clean clothes on, feel really cute. Pull in, roll right up to valet and toss him the keys to my dirty, dusty, maybe a White Claw playing in the back, dually. And these cute little boys, wearing skinny jeans are so it's a dually. And I'm
good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm valeting a dirty country dually is a whole different ballgame. But
it makes me think of all the valet people in Vegas during
oh my gosh.
I know, and every time I hand my keys to him, I'm like, I hope that you can drive that.
I know. I don't know this story exactly, but it was either, I think it was Jordan's truck, but it was a brand new truck, and he went to the finals. And I can't remember if the valet guy wrecked it or he did, but I'm pretty sure it was a silver truck. Remember, he never got it fixed.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it was the valet in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I foresee that happening a lot, even with the mirrors and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not good. The other thing that I was going to bring up that's not really important, but we do a good job of sometimes like releasing secrets in Circle Talk. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but our young friend here's alter ego is a 90-year-old farmer with the weather. And
that is true.
So I never know anything that's happening with the weather unless Rainey texts me and she's like, so at 3:10, the wind's going to pick up 20 miles an hour and you're probably going to need a light jacket and it's going to rain. And so since then, since all of her weather reports, I've actually paid attention to the Treasure Valley weather, which is happening right now. And one of my favorite things with him and Rainey's weather reports is it says the wind is also going to kick up and get hellaciously blowing. I like that he uses the word blowing. As we head into Wednesday, ankle weights on kids recommended. So
we're definitely gonna have to wait down Marshall and Teal.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do follow him. He's quite hilarious. But and yes, I do, so that I know that it's going to be comfortable when I'm riding my horses and what to plan.
She's a planner. She's a weather planner.
I am.
Yes.
So, yeah. So other than that, my little brother is courtside at a Celtics game right now, which I'm pretty jealous because back when I thought the NBA was cool, that was my team. So I'm a little bit jealous right now, even though I don't love the NBA anymore. I do think that would be pretty awesome.
It would be
amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
I follow I started like with the 90s Bulls, and then it turned into the Celtics with Larry Bird. And so I read every single like old story about Larry Bird. And I mean, he was the king. I didn't realize that when I liked him as a player, how much the king of the shit talking.
I know. Which makes you like him even more.
Me too. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So it makes me like think that I might like the Celtics, but I don't watch the NBA.
I know, me neither. So other than that, we are very excited about our guests this week and next week. This week we have a really awesome bull rider, and next week we have a really awesome barrel racer. So other than that, sit back and stay tuned for Ruger Piva, and while you're at it, order your Spears coffee. The QR code is on the screen. Okay, everybody, the most awaited guest. We're here with Ruger Piva, and we are so excited to have him, as he is excited to hang out with us.
Absolutely. Always.
Be honest. Are you more excited that it's us three, or would you rather be Jordan?
No, you three. No, keep Jordan out of here. I know he's in Clovis right now or somewhere in California. Keep him out of here.
Yeah,
exactly. We're way more fun.
Yeah. So before we get rolling, and how do we sound, by the way? Are our mics good?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're perfect.
Okay.
Why aren't you in California yet?
Because my boss is short on employees right now. So Ruger gets to leave here in about 5 hours, go to the airport, and fly there at 5 o'clock in the morning.
There you go.
And who's picking you up?
I think I'm meeting Tyler because he's flying in 2 hours after me, and then I think Roscoe's picking me up, unless your husband's going to be there early.
He's going to be there. We'll see. I don't know. They've kind of been on a little bit of they're having a good time.
Oh, yeah. They called me last night. It was
too.
like a 45-minute conversation. I was like, wow. Yeah, I kind of wish I was there right now.
I know.
You're just being a working man.
Yeah, I don't like being a working man. I got to start riding bulls better. It's been bad the past like 3 weeks.
Oh.
The working or the riding?
I was gonna say,
It's been equally as bad. I enjoy one more than the other because at least I don't have to go to work. So.
Okay, so for the people that don't know you, let's go back. Let's talk about Little Ruger.
Baby Ruger.
And Baby Ruger.
Yeah.
And you kind of tell us your story about how you got involved in rodeo and what that looked like for you. And then we're going to just sprinkle more in here.
Okay, so, shoot, I think I was like 9 or 10. My little brother's dad, so my stepdad, really wanted us riding steers, calves, sheep, whatever. So we went to the IJRA, did that all through high school. But I was a better wrestler than I am a bull rider. I hate to admit that. I think I was a better wrestler. Wrestled in
Let's
college
preference you
for
were a great wrestler.
Yeah.
You were an
Yeah.
amazing wrestler.
But anyway,
We're
go
gonna
ahead.
get
We're
into
gonna
that,
talk about that.
'cause-
But go ahead.
Thank you. But yeah, I wrestled that 1 year in college, and I didn't like cutting weight at all anymore. And I was like, you know what? I was pretty good at this bull riding thing. I better call Oli Else and see if she needs a worthless bull rider on a rodeo team over at Western. And she said, sure, why not? What's your name again?
She's the best.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
started out, you wrestled at Boise, is that correct?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nope. I was there for a semester.
Okay.
I was physically on campus for a semester, and I think I went to a few classes. I mainly just went to the gym and went to wrestling practice. I won't lie.
I mean, you
I
kind
was
of got you saw the buildings; they were
yeah,
there.
yeah.
You
I
couldn't
went to
get
practice
back.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably couldn't find your classes again, but you were there for
You
a
know,
while.
weirdly enough, there was one class I never went to because I walked in the building and they must have changed the classroom from like, okay, it said on the sheet or whatever in my emails we're in this classroom. And I walked in there and they were like, oh no, it's across the hall, wherever. You're like, we had to change it last minute. And then I just kind of went back to my dorm room and went
You're
back
like,
to sleep. So
you know what? I
just
actually have like this nightmare, and it's still from like high school or college that I never went to this class. Like,
Me too.
like I just kept walking down the hall, and I never made it to the class. But you actually are living that.
I had
Yeah.
the nightmare that I went like through the whole semester, and they were like, "Oh, you were supposed to be going to this
Yes.
class. You're behind. Like you're gonna fail."
I have this too. You don't
Oh.
ever have this, and you actually lived that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived it. I don't have that nightmare. I have a nightmare that I didn't like. Okay, I have two. I have one where I'm late for a rodeo and I'm trying to get like my bull's loaded and I got my rope and I'm trying to get there and something keeps blocking me, and right as I get up on my chute, they let my bull out.
Yeah.
And then I have one, I get beat my senior year in the state finals and I wake up like equally depressed for both of them. But it happens all the time. Like once a month I have one of those two dreams.
You still have the state finals one? In
Yeah.
your dream? Oh, see.
Oh,
I have the
and I have
rodeo
a-
one, but I can never find my hat, is what's happening.
I still have dreams about basketball and not showing up and not having my jersey or not having the right
Okay,
shoes and having to play
okay.
in my street shoes or like.
That probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have those anymore, but
Yeah.
I still do.
I do have the rodeo one. Like they're calling your name,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Oh,
you
it's
just
rough.
can't get to the gate. Like
You
so,
can
like you can
see it.
see it, and like, or like you're like your horse. You're like trying to get the bridle on, and the barrels is the next event, and da 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 da. But you didn't really tell us much about your rodeo, your Little Ruger's rodeo career, because you always haven't just been a bull rider. Sorry.
No, I did every event in high school and then realized I wasn't that good at them. I was just
You're being
wanted
very
to do
humble.
'em.
That's not true. Like
You
I
were good at
I
some
high school
things.
rodeoed with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't make
Okay.
us bring. You know we're gonna bring it up.
We
But
will find some old videos
Mhm.
for sure.
yeah, go find some bareback riding videos and tell me I was good at that event. Go ahead, go find them. They don't exist anymore. I got rid of them. I got rid of them.
Really, I thought the wrestling bareback riding. Actually, maybe that's not true. Are there any really good wrestler bareback riders?
Keenan Hayes.
Yeah.
Was he a good? Okay, he was. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but and I, as much as I love Keenan and our other bareback riding friends that we're gonna have on this podcast, you know, they say that bull riders have a screw loose because you kind of have to be a bull rider. But I almost think that to be a bareback rider, the screw has to like barely
They
be
don't-
hanging on.
Yes.
They don't have a screw anymore. Like I got 3 brain cells up here, all fighting for third place. They don't have those brain cells.
No,
One
no.
of them already got third. They're done.
Yes.
Out.
Yeah, because that's a tough event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I hated it.
Well, but the roping, like you roped also. Yes.
Not very well.
Oh my
Not
God,
very
you
well.
have to stop this. But this is supposed to be
Okay,
funny.
you were a good steer wrestler though. We can agree on that.
The jumping
I-
off of things.
That one was probably actually my favorite event. Like if I would have been 6 foot and 240, I'd probably be doing that right now. But yeah, I ran my last steer at state my senior year, 12 years ago. My God, I'm old. I was a 3.8 in the short round, and that's the last steer I've ever jumped.
And Oli never convinced you to run a steer in college?
No, she almost did. She almost did. The year I missed like 3 or 4 college rodeos to go to the short round in Pendleton and a couple other things. But after I got back from Pendleton, she's like, "You missed a lot of points. So I got you in the team roping, the bareback riding, and the steer wrestling." And I said, "Only you can pick one." And she goes, "Okay, you're jumping a steer." I said, "Try again." And she goes, "Okay, you're getting on a bareback horse." I was like, "That sounds good." And I knew what she was going to do. I knew she was going to enter me in the team roping anyway because she knew I'd show up. So I went to the night perf and we got slack at like 7 o'clock the next morning. I went and had a little fun that night after I rode my bareback horse and my bull. And my phone is going off at like 6:45. And I was like, that, she did it. And I finally answered at like 6:50. And she goes, "Hey, you're third out in the team roping in the slack, so you better get over here." And I went, "Shit. Okay, well." So I'm still pretty buzzed. Pull up in my little Volkswagen Jetta, go right into the middle of the warm up arena, and I said, "Hey, who's got a horse that isn't gonna buck me off? I got a heel of steer." And Tristan Hansen, he knew what was going on, so he just pulled up with his horse, and I was like, "Shit, I really got to do this." So I don't know this kid I'm healing for, but I've heard he ropes really good, and I was like, "Okay, buddy, too hungover for this. A, B, I'm gonna throw it on the corner and I'm gonna miss, but if I catch, we're gonna be really
We're
fast."
heroes.
Yeah, we're winning it.
So sure enough, we get this steer that just trots out, and I was like, "Shit, he's gonna catch him." He catches him, and I come around the corner and I threw it, glasses on, catch 2 feet, dally up, glasses come off, and I'm just looking at it, and I was like, "This is gonna be the only event I make the short round in this weekend."
And is that what happened?
No, I made it in the bareback riding too.
Oh, good.
You
Just
made
not
it the
the
bareback riding and the team roping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Solid.
So she was happy with you then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she made me team rope the rest of that year. I think it was my it was my last year I rodeoed for her. I think that was one of 2 I caught for that kid, and he was really pissed. Really pissed at the end of the year. I was like, "Dude,
He
I
just
told
came out
you."
too strong.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
told you I'm not good. I came in practice. I was like, "I can track steers all day in the practice pen and catch them if that's what you want me to do, but I like money and I like to win, so, I missed a lot and we lost a lot."
Maybe you should have been like reliving the partaking and just the non-thinking.
Yeah, just redid that whole
Yeah.
thing. Just got there 10 minutes before, jump on.
Probably
Yeah.
should have done that.
I
Yeah.
have learned with team roping, I can't, I don't do a very good job catching unless I've at least had a beer before. Because you
It's
can't
just
take,
like golf.
yeah, you can't take team roping too seriously.
Yeah, you gotta have that right mixture.
Yeah, because
You
if
do.
you do, it makes you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
just real talk, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I did some team roping this winter, and Abby was like, I was like catching 2 feet a lot,
She was doing a great
and
job.
then but
Hell
she's
yeah.
like, if you start taking this too seriously, you're gonna miss. And what happens? I miss at the art of the cowgirl. I'm like, shit. But well, yeah. See, I knew that you were like a real rodeo cowboy for a while. I mean, you always had the bull rider cowboy hat. You never let that go when you were doing the other events, and the tight jeans. But you did every event.
Okay. It's Tack Ruger here. Sorry, I thought I was cool back then. I thought I had fashion.
Yeah, I don't want to actually pull up my college rodeo pictures because they would be very embarrassing.
Oh,
for
I
what
always
was-
had the worst cowboy hat in the world, so I
Oh,
can't
God.
even really.
yeah.
I got pictures from like 3 days ago that I hope no one ever sees, like of me
Yeah, I
just.
have that going on too. I'm lacking a new cowgirl hat, and it's ugliness. I
Yeah.
feel that.
My favorite is always like you're so excited about a picture and you come like you don't get this, Ruger, but you're running home and your straw
Oh.
hat like
Mhm.
does the howdy doody.
Yeah, that
That's
does happen.
the worst.
That's not very fun.
No.
So in college, did you? So what? Like with college finals, you were still rodeoing. That's when you really were rodeoing. Is when you actually it started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before
I
that,
met
tell
this-
us about your wrestling career in college, and then we'll crack into the rodeo side because you wrestled for Western too, right? Like, tell us that story.
Okay, so I had terrible grades, and Boise State was cutting their wrestling program, so I left there and went to Western. Had like, I think Dillon's maybe 3 hours from Chalice, not even that far. and I had never been to that town before, but that was like my only option because, yeah, no one else. Oli was the only one that was going to allow me to be on her team.
Okay.
But they had a wrestling team over there, and that wrestling coach got a hold of me as soon as I got there, and he was like, "Well, why don't you just finish the season? We got enough time for you to go to regionals and maybe qualify for nationals." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of over wrestling anyway, but sure, why not? I'm not doing anything else right now. I barely
Yep.
go to class, so."
So sure.
I got down to, or I didn't even have to cut. I weighed about 165. I have forever now, but I got wrestled 165, went to regionals, qualified for nationals, and got to nationals. And the wrestling coach, I think he knew how to push my buttons because I think he was just a prick still to this day. I think he knew how to push my buttons though. And I'm warming up for my first match. I'm not even seeded in the tournament. Like I got to win a pigtail just to get into the tournament. I think it was in Austin, Texas, or whatever. And he goes, "Well, we're not going to worry about you getting on the podium this year. It's just pretty impressive that you got here on 3 weeks' notice." And I just looked at him and I was like, "Oh, you know who you're talking to right now?" I didn't know who he was talking to right now. Like that was way before anything I did was cool. But so I won my first match, won my second match, third match, fourth match. And I'm just keep winning, and finally they're like, "Yeah, semifinals bound," and this is on day 2, and I was like, "Cool, awesome. I think this is where the I think this is where the train gets off the tracks." Nope.
This is where.
Won that one. Had to wrestle a kid from, I think the college was Penn State Monte Alto, and I don't know what any of that means, but he had a Penn State singlet on, and I was like, "Okay, Daddy's getting his ass kicked now."
I love you.
So you did now.
So you did. So then how'd that match go?
It was pretty boring. Like I've gone back and watched it, and I hate watching it because I'm like, I had him taken down 3 or 4 times in the first period. I just could. He was a little taller than me, a little longer, and he would like I'd get a hold of his legs, and he was flexible or something. I don't know. Couldn't get him taken down. And then end of the third, it was basically that the whole match. I got away, he got away, so it's 1-1. Third period, and there's about 45 seconds left, and we're on the edge of the mat. And I'm like, I think now's the time. He's not really expecting anything. So I got behind him, got 2 points. As we're going out of bounds, he gets a reversal, gets 2. So I can't remember. I was looking at the clock and we're tied at this point, with 10, 15 seconds left.
Yeah.
I got to get away or take him down in overtime.
Yeah.
So I think with 3 seconds left, I got away and I was up by 1.
Hey.
And I won.
And I won.
And he won.
And you're a national champion.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah.
amazing. And then now you kind of retired those wrestling skills because every bull rider in the world, when they get to drinking, they like to wrestle and they want to wrestle you. And I've never seen you partake because you just hung it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't
So-
do it.
Even in the 11th round.
No,
when
I
you guys
did.
all go back
No,
to
I
the
did.
locker
No, I
room,
did.
Did you wrestle then?
I did.
I wrestled Cole Reiner, the bareback rider, and I kept saying no all night. And finally, they're like, "Okay, you two are the only wrestlers here." And he was kind of like, "Okay, let's do it." And I was like, "Dude, I don't really want to hurt you, but
And it's all concrete
will-
in there.
yeah." I was like, "I will die before I get beat in a wrestling match
Yeah.
at a rodeo event."
Speaking
And-
of screws loose a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
we
No,
have to,
you're right.
we have to preference so that the 11th round is the aftermath of the 10th round
Of the
So the
NFR.
people don't actually
Yes.
So for that is everybody, and Ruger could explain this more, but it's everybody goes downstairs, all the rough stock guys, and there begins the biggest. You could
shit
call it
show
wrestling.
wrestling match I've ever seen.
So
There you
did
go.
you win
There you
your
Drunken
wrestling match
shit
in the
show
11th
wrestling
round?
match. What's
How
that?
bad did you beat Cole?
I won. I think only reason I won is because he started bleeding. I
Oh.
could not take that little bastard down. And I was starting to get mad. Like we had only gone for like maybe 20 seconds, but I was pretty buzzed. So it felt like a lot longer. But I shot in and he tried to block me with his head and I came up and I kind of had a hold of him and he's like, "Hey, can we stop?" And I looked down and there's blood dripping. And I popped my head up and I cut him right here above his eye. So they
Oh,
stopped
no.
it. That was the last match of the night.
Yeah,
There you go.
you shut that down. Yeah. So after you won the national championship, that was when you retired, or did you wrestle again at Western?
No, I snapped my ankle I was gonna go back. I was actually gonna wrestle 157 that next year because I wanted 4 of them. I broke my ankle that year and I was gonna miss a lot of the season. And my coach was like, "Well, I want you to wrestle 174." I was like, "I weigh 160 pounds right now, dude. I'm not wrestling." He didn't like me, and I really did not like him. He was just just a lot, nothing. I'm very respectful to coaches. I appreciate everybody that does it,
Yeah.
but I did not agree. I disagreed with him on about everything in the sport of wrestling, and that's one hill I will die on. If we're wrestling and I'm the coach, it's my way or the highway. End of story. And that's how he was too, but he was wrong and I was right. But
I do get what you're saying. Yes.
yeah. So
But
he was
okay, but back
trying
up. Go ahead. Go
sorry,
ahead.
he was trying to get me to come back, but he wanted me to wrestle 174. And he's like, I already got a guy at 157. I was like, okay, we'll wrestle up. I'll kick his ass. End of story. And then I'll be your 57 pounder and I'll hopefully win another natty. And like I said, I had broke my ankle. It wasn't feeling really good. And Oli was just trying to get me to, I made the college finals. I was making the college finals that year. And she was like, I would rather you just rodeo for me. And I was kind of burnt out. I mean, wrestling, I did not enjoy the cutting of the weight all the time. And I would have
Yeah.
had to cut not that much, but just enough to get to 157. And he was just a royal dickhead sometimes. So he came to my house one night or one afternoon. I was on my way to the gym and he's like, so what are we thinking on weight? And I was like, I'll wrestle 57 for you. I told you that. And he gives me this whole runaround about how this kid on the team that didn't even make it to nationals the year before, he's got the spot at 57. And I got this new kid I just recruited at 65. I was like, okay, well, let's see it practice tonight. Went in, beat both of them pretty handily. And I just walked out and was just pissed. I was like, give me my spot. I am the only national champion you've had in however many years at this
Yeah.
college. I mean, I was kind of being a little bit of a diva, Piva the diva, but I
Yeah.
was, like I said, I was over it, and he kind of knew that. So he left the next year, and I think they kind of got rid of their wrestling program at Western. I don't know; they might still have it now,
I think they
but
brought it back. Don't quote me on that. But I think
You think they have it back? Yeah.
it's been back and forth a few times.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's hard to go from a coach that you don't really love
hmm
to Oli, who
yeah,
is the very best coach in the whole entire world
hmm
and the best human in the whole world. And
sure.
it's hard to want to continue along that path.
And was rodeo paying for your school, or was wrestling
yes,
paying? Yeah.
rodeo
So,
was.
yeah. So you're like, I have to do what she.
Yeah, that wrestling coach, that was the other thing. He was like, "Oh, well, Ole's giving you money, so I'm not going to worry about it." And I was like, "Hey, you remember that? That's where my loyalty lies, the highest bidder, brother sucker."
Especially after a national championship. I mean,
He
I
sounds like
feel
he-
like that was a little rough.
Didn't
Yeah.
really have a great
Yeah.
head on his shoulders for a long-term program.
No, and I came
Okay,
from
so circling back to like because you were such a successful wrestler, and I did make a joke about how wrestlers also maybe have a little bit of a screw loose, and I can say that because I live in a family of wrestlers.
yeah,
But
I don't even take any offense.
yeah, what do you think that like that background has brought to your bull riding and your rodeo experience and your mental toughness for that season?
Just kind of a never say die. I mean, I've had some rough, like last year was the first year I've been able to put in almost a full season riding bulls, and it's just you don't if you get knocked down, you never stay down. uh, and just the desire to win. Where wrestling, I won all but 11 matches in high school. Like if you're riding half your bulls, you're one of the best in the world. Like that was always has always been kind of hard for me. I could ride 3 or 4 in a row, but the big one that I was really looking forward to that I got bucked off of stings. So it kind of works, I don't know, sometimes against me, but yeah, my wrestling coach in high school, he was my Uncle Johnny, same one that coached Cade, that's what he just really instilled that into our brains. Like, if you get knocked down, you don't stay down. Get back up, and no one's going to be tougher than you, or you can't beat a guy that refuses to die, I guess. So
Mhm.
For sure.
Well, and Chalice has had historically a very great wrestling program.
Yep.
And so I feel like that's a.
Has Kate ever beat you in a wrestling match?
Oh boy.
And we're talking
Never
about Kate
wrestled him.
Bruno. Oh.
Never wrestled him.
What?
I know,
And
and he
even like when you guys were in, I mean, I know you were older, but like when you were in high school.
He was never in high school at the same time as me, and he wrestled like
Well, I know, but I mean your cousins is what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah.
so you
Here's
never
the thing.
like beat the crap out of him?
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
at our family gatherings,
yeah.
we have a lot of cousin wrestling
Yeah,
matches.
yeah.
That happens
yeah.
a lot at the Cobb family gathering.
Yes.
So back to the wrestling thing. I used to watch a lot of WWE. So anytime
I love
Cade,
SmackDown.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. I
Mhm.
still watch it. That's one of my guilty pleasures. That and Temptation Island.
You and
Secret
Ray.
Lives
I
of
just
Mormon
finished
Wives.
that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
But no, when Cade was little, his dad and my dad were really good friends. So they were, I mean, we were at Cade's house, or Cade was at our house like pretty much every day. And I would just lay the smackdown on him and my little brother Rowdy. I mean, so made
Like
him tough.
folding chairs across backs or
Like
just
people-
No, I
Subway.
never did that. I'd jump off my deck onto the trampoline on him sometimes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And Kate
Yeah.
still weighs 60 pounds. So
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure he wasn't much heavier then.
Yeah. And here's the other thing about Cade. That was a freaking technical, slick little bastard. He was so good at it, though.
Yes.
I will say. He was, like, I remember watching him in high school, and I was like, God damn it. I wish I was that cool looking when I wrestled, because it just looked like a gorilla, attacking a piece of meat when I did it. Like, if I couldn't kill you with brute strength. Like, I was pretty technical as a wrestler, but once I got a hold of you, I'm not letting go.
Yes.
Like,
You look
got
like
it.
a gorilla in a singlet.
Yeah, baby
Yeah.
gorilla.
I almost just made a joke that probably can't make the podcast, and it was about Cade, but we're just gonna let that one go. For anyone asking, send me a DM. I'll tell you, but I can't say it. Okay, so you were college rodeoing, but you were also pro rodeoing at the time.
Mhm.
So when did you meet Jordan, or when did you guys start traveling together? Was that when you really started going a lot, or were you going a lot before you started traveling with Jordan?
No, I was, the way I met Jordan was an accident. Just like I said at your wedding, same way I was conceived, accidentally. I was at the Glendive College Rodeo, and I was just gonna go to a bunch of PBRs that summer. I pro rodeoed. I went to some Montana circuit rodeos, but
And had
Chase
you made
Doherty-
the college finals at this point?
yeah, twice.
Okay. Okay. So now we're progressing.
We're
from
just
that.
about
Okay.
to the good college finals, but
Okay.
so Chase Doherty goes, "Hey Ruger, I got a sweet deal for you." And I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "We'll talk about it after the bull ride." And I was like, "Okay." So I get done with the bull ride, and he comes up and he's like, "All right, you ready?" I was like, "Okay." "What do we got, Chase?" And he goes, "I want you to travel with me, and I'm going to get in with Jordan Spears and go this summer. Are you in?" And I was like, "Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm in." Like, I wanted to go. I just didn't really have anybody. Most of the guys I went with were just going to touring pro PBRs or whatever they called them back then.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the college finals. That was that year I got second at the college finals. Chase got third, and we drive all night to Jordan's house and get there. And he says 2 words to Chase and goes, "All right, good night. See you boys in the morning." And I was like, "Nice to meet you too, you fucking prick." Sorry, can we edit that out? That can get edited, right?
I actually really like that.
I think I'm leaving it in if you'll allow.
Yep.
But anyway.
So we go to Reno, and Chase is the only one that makes the short round, so he stays, and me and Jordan go to like Meridian, Prineville, and a couple other ones, and said 2 words to each other. "Hey, do you need to stop?" "Nope." "Okay." "Hey, do you need to stop?" "Nope." "Okay." And that was it. And I was like, he ain't all that bad, I guess, because I'm not.
Except for that's not true because we know Jordan needed snacks.
He did need snacks. How did he not stop?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we stopped. There was a yes in there
Okay.
sometimes too.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how I met him. And then him and Chase quit traveling in 19 or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I stay with you, man. I kind of gotten spoiled. I enjoyed the Chewy dog in him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Chewy's a celebrity.
Yeah, Chewy is a freaking celebrity. That dog, though, that's another funny story. I got to tell that one. That night in
Yep.
Malala, Jordan was on the phone with Rainey, and we let Chewy out, and I got a hold of him, and I put him down, and there's like traffic leaving, and Chewy sees two kids and a mom, and I mean beelines it for him through the traffic, and I was like, Chewy, get the. So I get over there, like he made it a ways. And these kids just love Chewy. He's having the best time of his life. And I walk up there, and I mean, as soon as I get 10 feet from the dog, he goes, "Arr, arr, arr." And this mom kind of looks at me, and I was like, hey, this isn't even, I've never touched this dog. And he like comes up to me like I abuse him. And I was like, you little bastard. You are just smart, aren't you?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
trading for the kids.
Yeah.
But he does love, I mean, I'm sorry, but he does love humping Ruger. I mean, he sees Ruger and he'll run from 100 yards away and latch onto a leg. So he clearly has some love for you.
Yeah.
It's obviously
Yeah.
was a took a minute.
Yeah,
for him to-
exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about your rodeo career, though. Like, minus Jordan, you are a badass and you've made the finals. And so what does that look like for you? Because you did PBR too to almost make the PBR finals. And so give us that rundown.
Yeah, that was 19 was when I did them both. And I was 24 years old, and I really wish I could go back. I really do. But anyway, I usually just went, after I started traveling with Jordan, I was like, I like this rodeoing way better. So I would go to Reno's PBR, one in Spokane, one in Portland, and then there was one in North Dakota that I would go to in the winter when nothing else was going on. Well, I ended up winning two of them. So now I was in the big ones, and I went to, I think, my first four and did not make it. Like maybe all those rides combined, I might have made 8 seconds. And I was like, God, I can't wait till they stop freaking inviting me to these.
Yeah.
But
Because
I
if
was
you
still,
say no, they kick you off tour, right? If you don't
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
yeah, but they kept calling me. Like I went from like fifth in the PBR world standings at that time down to like 25th, 35th, 45th, and they're still calling me. And I was like, would you guys just let me die, please? I don't want to.
But because you really were over it, though, you wanted to focus on
The
the
PRCA.
PRCA.
Yeah, I wanted to
more
make
so.
I wanted to
Okay.
make the NFR more than
Yeah.
the PBR finals at that time. But and I was sitting really high in the PRCA world standings too. But then somebody said to me, "Why don't you just pick somebody that had been watching like the PRCA standings and the PBR at that time?" And they're like, "Why don't you just pick one? You can't make both the same year." And I was like, "Oh,
Mm.
oh, you can't? You don't think someone can?" So I was like, I'm gonna make them both. Then I started riding bulls like at the big PBRs, and I gained my way all the way back up. And then I would just kind of quit going to. I mean, I'd get to like right about 36th where I could say, no, I don't want to come, or yeah, I want to come. And then I just keep rodeoing, try and get myself up high enough in the PRCA. And then I think it was after Caldwell, I was up high enough. I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'll go to these PBR events now. I was not good. That was stupid. So I did kind of shoot myself in the foot because I just kept switching, getting, which one I'm going to pick this weekend when it was important, and would go to a PBR, go to a PRCA, and just, well, I think I ended up 42nd in the PBR, and then I was 17th.
And they take 35 to the PBR or 40. Yeah.
35. Or no, they do take 40. Sorry. I think they take 40 to the PBR finals, but like 35th is when you're going every weekend. Like that, they take 35 to a regular event. And they probably have changed their, uh,
Yeah. System.
however they do that, but I have no
But
idea.
still, you were just on the outside of both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what
So,
did
yeah.
2020 look like for you then, following that? Because I know then it was COVID and it was crazy and all that. So what? Because after that, you kind of said, or I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm asking, like you said, no more PBR. Like I'm just doing the rodeo thing at that point,
Yep.
or
Pretty much. Well, I still went to like Portland and Reno. I went to those two because there was literally nothing else going on and didn't do worth a damn at them. But yeah, 2020, I was like, Daddy's going to the NFR. I hope. And but that's the same year. I actually COVID worked out in my favor because I'd won a bunch out of Fort Worth and San Antonio. I was like fifth or sixth in the world after I left there. And then, well, when they canceled Houston on us when we had all just gotten there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot
I
about
know
Yeah.
that was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was bullshit. But anyway, I had surgery planned for like the day after Houston short round for my hip because I hate to admit it, like I'm just kind of a pussy. Like if something hurts, I'm gonna let you know. I'm probably gonna get through it, but I'm kind of a baby about it.
You're a gelding.
Yeah.
It's like it's about like an 8-year-old gelding. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
hurts. Yeah.
It did hurt though, and I got into that. I went to Pennsylvania and got a surgery, and the doctor kind of looked at me and he goes, "All right, yeah, I can fix this, but I got to call in a new surgeon." I was like, "Man, I think my labrum's just tore." And he goes, "No, I got to call in. I had a sports hernia. They had to cut me once, like right on my stomach to fix some of those muscles, and then pretty much every other muscle down there was tore, and the labrum. They had to go fix that. It was a long damn surgery right in the middle of COVID in Philadelphia. I was scared out of my mind.
I bet.
Yeah, like I said, I'm kind of a baby when it comes to that stuff. But then,
No,
so
that
then I
doesn't
had to
sound like a
wait
baby.
No.
4 or 5 months to even get on a bull right when rodeos kicked up again. So I didn't really lose my spot at all. I just rode really poorly and ended up 17th again.
Okay, so then you end up 17th. And then it's about to get exciting because what happened in 2021?
Then I retired and I never got on another damn bull again.
Because
Nope, that was the year.
2021, yeah, was your first NFR qualification.
Yeah. Yep. That was the one. I really hated it because I was really happy, but I remember who was 17th by about $2,000 also.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
He was happy for you too, though.
Oh, I felt so. I mean, I was happy I did it, but that motel room, I was like, he was flying out the next morning out of Salt Lake, and I really wanted to be happy, but I was like, God, I know how 17th feels, and I knew he knew how 17th felt too from,
Yeah.
I think 2018 or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it was good. And then I did not perform very well at the finals. And then hip started hurting again. And I'm a gelding. I'm a gelding, as you guys would say.
I knew he was going to not let you live that one down.
But, yeah, Jordan, that was the year he snapped his collarbone, wasn't it?
Yep,
I think
in Springville.
22.
Yep.
So I was going with Garrett Smith, and I was looking to probably make the finals again. I think I was top 20 at Cody's rodeo, and I went to stand up to get in the van with Garrett Smith, and we were going to go to St. Paul, and I couldn't walk on my hip. So
This was the other hip.
no, this is the same hip.
I
I
thought
just
you
had
were
problems with it.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I couldn't walk on it, and he goes, "Maybe you just stay and take a 10-day." I was like, "No, I'm coming, man." Tried to stand up again and went, pimp down. And I was like, "Okay, we're an hour from my house. I guess I'll let the wife take me home now."
Yeah.
The wife. Let's call the wife in.
Pimp down.
Yeah.
So you got?
Yeah.
Did you get another hip surgery? Also, because it's Ruger, I got to refill the claw. So you went home and then you got another surgery.
Yeah, I had a bone. Well, there was a bull at the finals that fell on me, and I think that was the cause of it. Like, I had some Callie! Callie! I don't remember what was wrong with my hip. Callie!
Oh my goodness. We could probably use the Google machine.
No! Callie, come here. What was wrong with my hip?
What was wrong with my hip?
This is the best part.
She's not listening. She doesn't want to be seen on camera. She's embarrassed right now. But I had some fractures in my hip and then I had a bone hanging off the side of it that was going right into my labrum that they went and cleaned up, and it's felt pretty good. I think I waited a whole nother year because the one doctor just said, "Yeah, just let it heal. Wait 6 months." So I waited 6 months, and then 2023 it wasn't feeling any better. Like I got second at the American. That was the highlight of my whole year. So I
Oh, I
got
remember.
surgery.
And didn't they tell you, oh, just wait it out, or you're just gonna be done? They weren't gonna
Yeah.
give you any
Yeah, like
No.
you were gonna
I forgot
retire,
about
right?
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
went to 4
Stupid
different
doctors. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to 4 different doctors, and finally my boss's wife, Brooke, she sent me down to a guy, I want to say in Bozeman, and he's like, "I think I can help you, but I can't help you. I got to send you to somebody else." And this was 2023. So I went down to a guy in Colorado, and he was like, "I can fix you, but I can buy you like 4 years, and you're probably gonna have to get a hip replacement." He was no bullshit with me. He's like, "But it's gonna feel good." And so 2024, it felt really good
Mhm.
till Cheyenne and my arm decided it didn't want to work, and I snapped the tendon off my bicep.
And you rode your bull that day, easy as pie, and
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, yeah, easy as pie. That's because he pretty much stopped bucking at about 5 seconds when it happened, and he wasn't bucking hard enough. I was trying to get off.
Yeah.
I was trying to get off, but he wasn't bucking hard enough to get me off. So I got my score, and then I grabbed my bicep, and it just went right up into my shoulder, almost threw up.
Oh,
Oh, it was disgusting. And I was like, okay, well, I've made the short round now. I think that was in the semifinals or something. So I was like, I made the short round. I know guys stay or keep riding when they tore their bicep. And I think Rick Foster looks at me and goes, "You didn't tear your bicep, you tore the tendon." And he goes, "Grab a water bottle and try and curl it for me." And I was kind of trying to fight him because I was like, Cheyenne's one of my honey holes. So I
Yeah.
grabbed a water bottle and it just shook. And I was like, all right, I'll go home. I'll go home.
Call the wife.
Call the wife.
Call the wife.
Oh, I did. That was the funniest phone call. I called my boss's wife because she's a PA and she had me set up for surgery in like 2 days. But yeah, little Callie, I called her and she's like, "Oh, good job. I think we're gonna come watch you in the short round." I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, honey." She's like, "Oh, you got a better one somewhere else?" I was like, "Probably, but I ain't going to get on him either." And I was like, "Oh, she had just bought a brand new living quarters horse trailer, right, honey?"
Yep.
Yeah. So she had just bought a new horse trailer, and she
uh,
goes, like, there was silence on the line, and she goes, "Are you effing serious?" I was like, "Yeah, serious as a heart attack." What the? I was like, I don't really know what to tell you, honey. I'll be home tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was rough.
But now you're back.
Now you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And you had a good winter.
Yeah.
you had a
I did
great
have a pretty
winter,
good winter.
and you're
Yeah.
feeling good. Yeah.
Feeling very good.
Yeah.
So what does this
Raw
year
game
look like
fresh.
for you?
I don't look that far ahead. I got 3 brain cells, Rainy. They're fighting
Okay.
for third.
Okay, so this week you are
Clovis. Yeah, Clovis doing the. I'm gonna go hard. I just hope the hip's getting a little sore, but I think it's gonna make it another. I think I'm down to this one and maybe one more after this, and then, I mean, I'm 31 years old. I'm too old. I'm probably
You're
too
young.
old to do this much
Yeah.
longer. Coming from the 29-year-old.
28. Tell us about your favorite rodeo win you've ever had. Because you've got 2 pretty big ones that I know of. What's your favorite? Or 3 pretty big ones, I guess.
Yeah.
I think Caldwell will always be my favorite. Well, no. Pendleton's probably my favorite, just
I'm
because
gonna
I.
have a hard time not saying them, but I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Tell
bull
us
riding's
about
different
tell us
there.
about Pendleton, Cheyenne, and Caldwell.
Yes.
Okay. So Pendleton, I just went. I entered it for a Tuesday because I was college rodeoing, and I was like, I'll skip some class to go to Pendleton. Hell yeah, that was my rookie year, and I think I was 5th in the rookie standings. Like, haven't made a short round in the PRCA. Like 34th in the world. I was like, I'm going for the experience, and boy, did I experience it. I really did. It was a miracle.
The
It was a
entire week.
miracle. I made it behind the chutes that day to get on percolator in the short round. But yeah,
We've
I
all been
stayed
there.
on my long round bull, and I was sitting back there having a white claw or something, and someone goes, "Hey, you got percolator tomorrow." And when I started riding like pro bulls, I guess you could say, I was like, I want to ride bruiser and I want to ride percolator. Those are my only 2. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
And that was percolator. I mean, percolator was old. That was his last year going. But yeah, I rode him in the short round, and they couldn't really. I don't think they could really take it from me. Like that was the nicest and best bull anybody could ever ask for to get on. So I got to win Pendleton, and then the next year I had never even been to Cheyenne. They didn't let me in Cheyenne my rookie year, so I got Cheyenne. I showed up because I didn't know they did 2 sections of bull riding before I got there. And they do one right after the bareback ride and then one right at the end of the rodeo. So I showed up photo finishing.
Oh God.
Yeah, Jordan calls me and he goes, "Hey buddy, where you at?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm in Casper." He's like, "Huh. Well, you do know there's 2 sections of bulls in Cheyenne, right?" Typical Jordan stuff, because he's giving me shit because I was late, is what he was doing. I thought for
Shocking.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
thought
like,
he was messing with me. I was like, "Shut up, there is not." And he goes, "Okay, but for real this time, there's two
there is.
sections of bulls, and you're in the first section."
Oh God.
So I
So you
made it
made
there.
it.
I made it. Well, I guess they do bareback riding, then calf roping or something, and then bull riding. So
Yep.
I got there right as they bucked the last horse. Had a really good bull, stayed on him, and then the next day stayed on my other one, and I think I was third coming back to the short round. Got on a big yellow bull called Golden in the short round, and everyone else got bucked off, and they let me have a Cheyenne too.
Pretty amazing. One year you won Pendleton, the next year
Yeah,
you won
absolutely.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, that's pretty outstanding.
That's what dreams are made of.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like 2 months, I was on the side of the building in Cheyenne and Pendleton because Pendleton hadn't gone on yet. So I was on both of them.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
were
I
like
felt
riding
so
You
high.
were
cool.
straight up famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Conor McGregor walked everywhere,
Yeah.
And then 2019 Caldwell, right?
Yep. Me and Jordan got split up that week. I remember the dumbest stuff. I remember the conversations we had
Yeah.
before it happens and stuff. Anyway, so we got split up. I think I went to a PBR that weekend and I flew into Salt Lake. Hadn't looked at the draw for Caldwell or nothing. And he goes, "I should hit you for what you have in Caldwell." And I was like, "Don't mess with me right now, Jordan." He goes, "No, Ruger, it's the exact one you think it is." I was like, do not mess with me right now. And I looked at my callbacks. Sure enough, I had Bruiser. And, everybody wants to get on him. So I stayed on. I think I was riding the high of just getting to get on that bull that week so well. I rode like all 6 of my bulls before I got to Bruiser. And then we were in Gooding the night before. And one of my relatives named Denny, he was like, "Man, you got a good one in Caldwell?" Like, he didn't know what I had. I was like, "Yeah, I got a really good one." And he's like, "I want to see you get on Bruiser." Like that backwards kick as I'm drinking a beer. He's like, "That backwards kick he does, it's so athletic." And then I just had that beer in my hand and like, I know what I'm getting on tomorrow. And I just kind of put that beer down. And then I got really nervous.
Yep.
And then we drove to your house
Yep.
that morning. And I kept getting nervous. And I closet drank about 5 White Claws before we went to the arena that night.
Did you drink them in the closet or did I drink them with you?
No, you drank them with me, but
Oh, yeah,
I drank a lot more than you guys knew I drank. Like,
Oh, okay.
I was really nervous,
Yeah.
but it worked. You know what? It freaking worked. So I think that's probably my favorite ride, especially being in Caldwell. Like, I didn't hear the whistle. I just remember everybody cheering so loud, and I looked up at the replay, whatever, and I saw 8 seconds, and I was like, "Holy shit, I did it!
Yeah.
I did it!"
And you're leaving out the most important part. You were 92 freaking points.
Yeah,
That was my
like,
first 90.
Kind of do it.
That was your
Yeah,
first 90.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That was another time I was having I am high fiving back there behind the chutes, like, but there's still like 3 rerides left to go. You want to know who those 3 rerides were?
Oh, no.
Jordan.
Yeah.
No.
He got on 4 bulls that night.
I do
Like,
remember that.
First one fell down, so they give him another one. Next one cuts a trail. This is all before I don't remember those 2 rides, anything. I just remember staying on Bruiser and I'm back there high five and talking to people. Like, they got my horse ready for me to take the victory lap, and I look up and Jordan looks like he just took a shower. He's wearing a red shirt that turned purple. And I was like, are you getting on another one? And he doesn't even say anything. He just nods at me. I was like,
Uh,
okay, well, I'm coming. Pulled his rope. Bull falls down. And I was like, hey, man, maybe quit taking the reride. I don't think you're going to beat me tonight.
yeah.
Nope. Took another reride.
I was like, he took it.
Yeah.
That was actually because we're gonna go into a little back history now, but that was right when Jordan and I first started dating, and I've
Mhm.
known you way longer than I've known Jordan.
Yep.
And we won't bring up the voicemail.
No, but I will
all-
tell everyone what you said to me the first time I ever talked to you. You don't remember. I remember.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
Go
God.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ruger.
Junior high
careful.
nationals. Junior high nationals in Gallup, New Mexico.
Did
There's
you fake
Rainey.
an injury?
Is it
No,
the year
no.
I fell off?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, anyway, go ahead.
But Rainey looks at me in typical Rainey fashion. She goes, Ruger, right? Yeah. I thought you were really ugly the first time I saw you. And
Oh
then
my
just walks away. And I was like, little
Yes,
eighth grade
I'm
me, I was
Oh
like,
my
girl.
God, no, I was
Yes,
not.
you were. Yes, you were.
It's not.
It's okay, Ruger. Go ahead.
That was a compliment. I was telling him he wasn't ugly, okay?
I don't know. Is that a compliment?
Backward.
Yeah, I feel like when you're in junior high, boy, like,
Okay. I was also like 13, so let's
Yeah.
give me a little.
and a mean girl.
Because, no, I was not. I was nice. Rodeo. Ruger and I ended up traveling together to how many amateur rodeos for the next how many years?
Like 4 years.
Yeah. We hit the NPRA trail in like a bumper pull with Ringo, and we were rodeoing. Like,
It was so
So-
much fun.
yeah. So the first time I meet Jordan was at Spanish Fork, and Roscoe was with him, but you weren't there.
Nope,
And
I
so
was
then-
at the PBR in Cheyenne.
And so I'm like, yeah, he's pretty cool. You know, I'm gonna keep talking to him. And then he showed up at my house, and you were with him.
How did he
And-
get you to keep talking to him? What happened that
A
night?
back rub.
Yeah.
He offered one, I didn't accept.
I was
But
going to say,
anyway.
maybe you should clarify that he offered the back rub.
Yeah, and he got my number. It was just, he's gonna love this part of the podcast, just so we're all aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually gonna, be mad at you and me. But anyway,
Yeah.
and then Ruger showed up, and I remember he gets out of the truck and camper. He comes running up to the house. Like, Ruger is best friends with my parents, Bob and Jan. So he like runs up to him. Jordan's like meandering up to the house, like all nervous, and Ruger's like, I basically live here. Like, this is my family.
Bob, make me a drink.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
go.
exactly.
Started
And-
drinking right there.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, and then you were the best man in our wedding, but you probably
Mhm.
should have been standing on our side with us.
Yeah,
I
we
wasn't
did
sure which
actually
side.
try to fight Jordan for you.
We
so.
did.
We were gonna trade.
We did try to wrestle for that, but yeah. So I was just saying, a little background. I've known you for a long time, and we love all the times we get to hang out with you. So we were like, we have to have Ruger on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were
because
you-
I'm definitely the least accomplished rodeo athlete you've had on here so far. But I
Least
appreciate
accomplished national champion.
Yeah.
Cheyenne well made the NFR. How many more accolades should we list, Ruger?
Yeah.
I don't have any more.
I know I'm missing a lot, but
No,
I-
you've got them. I don't have any more.
I do have two serious questions though, because we're full on sports moms now. I know we've had these conversations with you before, but like even last weekend, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot handle some of the things that go along with kids' sports.
The politicking.
The politicking and the
Yeah.
pressure, and I feel like it's getting worse. I mean, Marshall's in the 3rd grade, and we're now having tryouts for more summer ball, all these things. But so when you start saying you started getting burnt out, do you feel like it was from the longevity or from the coaches, or you were just ready to go over a different stage in your life?
Great question.
I was just ready to go. No one, I will say, this worked really well to my advantage. No one ever pushed me harder than I wanted to go. Like all
Okay.
the wrestling stuff, that was pretty much on me. Like if I wanted to, stay late at practice, that was my choice. No one ever made me do that. I do think you need to let kids at a young age, as far as wrestling goes, I can coach wrestling. I think you got to let them have fun and just learn and experience. And then when they get to like junior high, 6th, 7th grade, okay, now we're going to start pushing you a little bit. If they can take it, but I know a lot of good wrestlers that were probably better than me that they couldn't handle that. They're like, yep, showing up from, practice is 4:30 to 6. They're not putting any reps in. Like they're done. Kind of, not lazy, but just not really go getter. I just really think as far as kids go, you just got to let them kind of pick. I never got pushed to go to more tournaments than I wanted to. And when I was a little kid, I didn't go to very many, like 5 or 6 a year. I went to practice all the time. I really enjoyed practicing, but I didn't
Yes.
want to, I was a little bit, I hated losing. So I thought, you know what, if I go practice more and don't go to the tournaments, then I won't lose. Probably a bad way of looking at it, but
I think that's a great way of looking at it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's a hard sport. It's a very hard individual sport, and so yeah, and we've talked about this with you. Yes.
But you played other sports as well, right? Like you played football and other things as well growing
Yep.
up.
Yep. Football all through high school. Wrestling and rodeo. That was yeah. Did all of them.
What was your second serious question?
The second serious question I had is I think some people have an astute idea of how this really works. Like we were just talking to you, we had scheduled our podcast with you working, and you have to get 5 hours of sleep to get on a plane to go to these big rodeos, but not because you're not making enough money, but we are at the stage of life where you have a wife, you have a family. Like I think people see this rock star version of rodeo, which is great, but that's not actually how it works. Like you're working a job, you're getting on flights. I mean, talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I put off getting a job till I was like 28. Like I just rodeoed. If I ran out of money, I was like, well, I better ride better. But
Yeah.
those years being hurt, I didn't know how to, I had zero skills outside of rodeo and wrestling till about 4 years ago, 3 years
That's
ago,
not
maybe.
quite true because you had work ethic because
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I get
But yeah, I started this guy that just lives down the road from me. His name's Dan Yates. I started spraying some weeds for him in the summer, like just riding a four-wheeler around. And then he asked me, because I was still hurt, he's like, do you want to learn how to weld? And I was like, yeah, sure, might as well. So then I started welding the pipe fence for him, and that's a lot harder than spraying weeds. And now I don't get to spray weeds anymore because I'm just a full-time welder.
Which is a great skill.
Great
It's a
trait.
great
Oh
skill.
yeah.
Yes. But do you think maybe you're going to appreciate the wins even more now because of everything that you're juggling to do
Yeah.
it?
Mhm.
Okay. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, just looking back, like I said, all the being hurt and not getting to go, I look back and I took a lot of that stuff for granted. I was like, oh yeah, won a couple rodeos last year. That sucked. And then, the next year I don't win any. And then another year I don't win any. Like winning Cody's Extreme Bowls last summer, like that meant a lot to me just because that was the first big thing, like bigger rodeo that I'd won in probably since 2022. So, I don't take any of it for granted anymore, especially with this hip and how old I am. Like every one of them might really be my last one if it goes bad enough.
So they see you guys as like rock stars, especially bull riders, because in other events you can go a little bit longer. But they see what you guys win, and it's in the hundreds of thousands and this and that. But people don't really understand. A, your careers are shorter. B, you pay up to $30,000 in fees a year. That doesn't mention travel. So you really kind of got to do it because you love it. And so is that what is keeping you going? And the big wins, they mean a lot, but it's because the end goal is the NFR. Is that kind of the
Yeah, absolutely. I would do it for free or not as much money, but I still think I got one more left in me, maybe two. Yeah,
We believe in you.
Yes.
yeah.
Hell
So I hope so. I'm planning on it. But last year, I felt like I worked pretty hard, getting in shape. I didn't quit drinking. I'll never do that. But really exercising, and I was just drawing really good bulls, and it was kind of the proof to me at the beginning. Like my whole last spring was probably the best spring I'd ever had up until about the 4th of July, and that just kind of proved to me that I still got it or enough
Yes.
of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to be looking forward to seeing a lot more of you this summer out here, obviously, because you'll
Yeah.
Yes, we can't wait. Here in just a minute, you're going to be up here. And then one more question, and then we will let you go. But tell us about meeting your wife and your wife, Callie.
Yeah, my wife Callie, I mean, she chased me around the Montana Western campus for like I would say a year, and I finally let her catch me. Right, Callie?
She's literally going to
Callie.
Yeah. This is why she won't come out of the room.
Yeah.
Oh, now she is. Usually,
She's like, I'm
no,
going
she's
outside.
no, I did. I saw her at a party one night, and I was, I mean, very, very intoxicated. And
Yeah.
I went up and talked to her, and I was having a great time talking to this cute little girl I just met. And my buddy comes up and goes, "Got a boyfriend." So I walked away, and she was like, "Oh, we're done talking then?" And I was like, "I guess so. I don't know. They took me away." But then, yeah, I got her, had her Snapchat. Her and her boyfriend broke up, and then
And then it was time.
This is a modern day love story.
It truly
that's
is.
just a modern day love story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually did. I chased her a little bit. I had not done that like super like not aggressively because that makes me sound super weird. But like I, hey, you going to the movies tonight? Yeah, I'll be there. I'll see you there. Yada yada. Like never did pull the trigger for a while, but yep. Then we were together for 3 years. It was the same year I made the finals. I was finally like, well,
I can afford a ring.
I'm not getting any younger, like or prettier, so better put a ring on it. Proposed to her, and by God, she said yes.
Yep. And how long have you guys been married now?
It'll be 3 years in June.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super fun wedding. Well, do you guys have any more questions for our best friend? Because you have to come back on the
No,
podcast.
I was actually just sad you're not here.
I know.
I
But
want to be
serious
in there.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be hanging
When
out
are
asking
you-
questions.
When are you coming to coach wrestling in Homedale?
Good question. Oh, we got Cloverdale coming right up.
All right.
Yes, Cloverdale.
Yeah.
This
That's
year
about-
it'll be don't Abby can't look at us right now, but this year it's gonna be me and Megan, you and Jordan headed to Cloverdale.
And we're gonna watch Twilight, right?
Yeah, we are just like last year. Except I didn't win that much last year. Maybe we'll pick a different series.
Yeah,
I
I didn't
will
win
say,
that much
yeah.
either.
We all wore red
Mm-hmm.
for you to be on the show tonight, and you have a red shirt on. So
We knew it.
Yeah.
we did this for you.
I
But-
appreciate it.
Good luck this next week. Kick their ass.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
when you get here, this is going to be an in-person podcast,
We'll
I
do a
can't wait.
recap.
and we're going to be doing a recap of what else has been going on, and we literally cannot wait to see you. We love you.
I can't wait for it either. Love you
Okay.
guys too.
Have a
Okay.
safe
See
flight.
you later.
We love
All
you.
right, see you guys.
Spears Coffee. Really bucking good.